Top of the morning.
She drive me crazy. Her name is Mercedes. I'm complicated. My mind is so faded. My brain is gone.
Oh look, I got Julio.
What's up, guys?
I'm happy to be here.
For sure.
We gonna give me money.
We gonna give me money.
I love it. Home, linebacker. I sack you niggas. JJ Watt, tackle you niggas. Patrick Willis, five deuce. I'm a killer.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Shit, why did I say evening? Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I'm your host, Rumboyz Robbie, aka the Admiral. Thank you guys for joining us this morning, afternoon, depending on what time zone you're in. It's still AM if you're on the West Coast. Your afternoon, Central Mountain Time, East Coast to Beast Coast, y'all are already well into, your afternoon. Make sure that you guys go ahead, hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Spike that like, dive off into the live chat. We need predictions. I want to hear, all your predictions on how you think these games will, how do you think the running back's going to fare, the quarterbacks, all that good stuff. Promo code Rumboyz on monkeyknifefight.com, Monkey Knife Fight, the app, if you have not already. Make sure you guys check that out. And we're gonna go ahead. Without further ado, I am joined by my very loyal pirate crew. Right now we have Miles, Fantasy Football Peacock.
Hey,
Peacock.
what's going on? It is championship weekend. I'm excited to be here on it's 38 minutes past noon here Central Time in Texas, but very pumped up to of course talk some sports, take a look at some props, look at the matchups for today, and then see if who kind of comes out correct, see how we do. It's just exciting. We only have a few of these left. I know yesterday we had the UFC 257, which was cool. But you said yourself, it was like, okay, no football on today, nothing much to really.
Yeah, yesterday was weird. I was like, the fuck do I do with myself? Like, I tried to watch like a little bit of basketball. I was like, I can't sit here and just watch this. So I put on fucking Star Wars on TNT, and I was like, just gonna sit here and watch this.
I recovered from Friday night, and and I saw some Netflix. So, yeah, it's pretty much what I did yesterday.
There we go. Hey, as always, it's never too early. It's 5 o'clock somewhere. Ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me, cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, dilly. I just heard that beer crack. Such a beautiful sound here on Conference Championship Weekend. Oh yes,
good.
Yeah, I made me a rum coffee from Burger King. I had them Grubhub, and then boom, like I threw some rum up in this fucking coffee.
Yeah, this is a Boston cream stout. So, interesting.
Yeah,
Let's see how it goes.
I'm be feeling good by the time we get into play-by-play later this afternoon. Let's go ahead and let's get in to the very first game of the day. Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have to travel up north to Lambeau, which is just the way that Aaron Rodgers wanted it. He couldn't have had it any other way. What are your thoughts heading into this game? I'm going ahead. I'm getting the spread and everything pulled up now.
Sure, go ahead. I'll talk about it a little bit. So I think these guys met back in week 6, and it was a kind of a lopsided affair. The game, I think I don't know what the score was. I think it was like 38-10 or 30, something to that effect. But I'm excited for this one. Like you said, I think Aaron Rodgers, that was an anomaly. I think he mentioned that in one of the statements that he gave after the game. So the offense has, been totally different. It's entirely different look for them. It's not going to be the same. Although Tampa Bay's defense did play extremely well last week against the Saints. I think they had like 4 turnovers. So it just depends. It's going to be very exciting. It's whichever defense I think can kind of really step up. I do. In this instance, I feel like Tampa Bay's been rising because of that win last week. I think the spread is, I don't know, you probably tell me, I think it's like 3.5.
It's at 3. I just refreshed it. It's at 3. Yeah.
Okay, see, when I checked it like an hour ago, I think it was like a 3.5.
3.5, yeah.
So, but so it should be interesting. I know one of the main things is probably going to be that the Bucks here are, I think they're 8-2 on the road this year, so they have an amazing road record. Tom Brady's used to playing in this type of weather, so it's not really going to affect him so much. Maybe I think the last time when you saw the only thing it affected was maybe like Chris Godwin dropping the ball a lot. I think the last time that they played up there, so
sorry, pull my eye.
So I think it's going to be a great game. I think I have the Packers by like, damn, I don't know what the final, maybe 2 or 3, maybe it would take. I don't know if they're going to cover. It's going to be real close. It's going to be so close.
Come down to Mason Crosby, dude. Like I for real think it's either going to come down to Mason Crosby or like if like the snow gets super terrible, then all right, cool. Like let's go for 2. It's going to have to be a type of go for 2 situation. Goal line situation. I think that this game is going to be very close. I do think that I do believe in the 3-point spread, 3.5. I do believe in that. I am going Packers. I feel like it's kind of been no secret since I released my prediction video about 2 weeks ago. And I didn't do one this week because I was like, well, my opinions hadn't changed. Over under looking at 53. I don't think that we get a super high scoring affair.
I think let's see, the Bucks offense is averaging 34.8 points per game during this 6-game win streak, and I think that all the remaining teams are on a 6-game win streak right now, if I'm not mistaken. All 4 quarterbacks that are left in the tournament at the moment.
But you are correct. But I want to counteract what you opened up with there in terms of the Bucks offense scoring points. The Packers have only allowed 17 points to opponents since week 13.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think this one's going to come back down to which defense is going to create more turnovers or make that key play, like it usually does. I mean, offense wins games, but defense wins championships, and these are those big moments when like I'm saying, the Bucks defense tore it up last week. But then the last time that these teams played, I think I think it was also that. See, it's so close. I still want to lean Packers in this one just because they're at home. I think the weather's going to be.
There's no AB for the Bucks, and that concerns me.
Right, they did get a key piece on their defense back though as well in Vita Vea, so it's going to be that's going to be a boost. I think a lot of Bucks fans would rather have Vita available than be like, okay, well, we're without Brown, so what?
I feel that.
What do you think about coaching? Do you think there's a coaching advantage here on either side?
Bruce Arians will find a way to eventually choke. Like if Bruce Arians makes it if the Bucks make it into the Super Bowl, it is not because of. By the way, Antoine Winfield will be inactive. Just got that update with the ankle. But like Bruce Arians will find a way to choke this away. Like if they make it, if the Bucks win, it is purely on Tom Brady. It is nothing to do with coaching. It is nothing to do with BA's coaching.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I'm trying to bring up any other points or players that we may have missed.
What up, Uncle C 33? Bro,
score predictions. You don't think that they're going to hit the 52?
53, yeah, I don't think there's going to be a total of 53 points between the two teams. I mean, that
would have to be like 27-24 or something like that to still hit under that, right?
Yeah, like the hit under. Yeah, it has to be like 27-24. Like I could envision that being the highest scoring that this game gets, and even still, my predictions like more like 24-21.
If anybody hits 30, most likely it'll go over.
Like I could feel comfortable with 24-21. I think that's where this ends up.
Right. I just see a car. It's like creeping real slow past my house. All weird. I don't know if it's stopping or what, but anyway, continue. Sorry. No, it kept going. That was just weird.
All good. Who's that creeping through my window? I understand, man. Fucking Texas, bro. It's sketchy. Yeah. All good, Bogart.
Let's try to predict what Bogart would say about this game as far as
who he likes. You see here. All right. The way that you know, the way that Bruce Arians likes to call his plays, and without there being, you know, an Antonio Brown, like I don't even think that matters. I don't even think that matters.
That was really good. That was good. That was good. And that's probably something he would say. He'd probably talk about, like, I don't know. Yeah, Antonio Brown. What about the run game here?
The offensive coordinator.
So Aaron Jones, I think the last time they played, like I think on one of the first plays, he just got like stuffed, and they kind of set the tone for the defense for Tampa Bay that last time. So if they're going to hang with him and maybe, you know, keep them, you know, intact in coverage as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, not get open in the passing game.
Aaron Jones and Jamal Williams are built for this weather.
Oh, yeah. He's going to be SpongeBobbing underwater.
Like bro. Yo, bro, like, how do you stop? How do you stop those two? Like, you don't in this climate. Like, I feel like the Bucs have a very long day. Like, Tom Brady is used to this weather. Yeah. The rest of this team is not. I mean, and not at this time of the year.
Right.
Expect some drops. There's going to be drop passes. There's going to be drops.
Yep, I can see. I mean, that happened.
Could happen from Ronald Jones. I can see Ronald Jones putting it on the ground. I can see Fournette putting it on the ground because you're not used to this weather.
Yeah, I think the Packers defense is probably going to be flying around early, and they're gonna try to set the tone this time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I feel like with there being no Winfield there at safety, you just made. All you did was just make Devontae Adams' job so much easier, significantly easier.
Right.
You know, so I mean,
and Adams, you know, against the Rams, I just like to point out that play that was awesome. You know, where he went in motion, came back full speed across the field, and found a way to get open, regardless, against one of the best cover mans in the game. So. I think the Packers and this kind of weather, they're built for this right now. You know,
I agree with what you just said there, Tree. I agree there. Kevin King and Jair Alexander will definitely neutralize Brady's targets. Like, this is gonna have to be a Gronk day. Like, Gronk needs to be on point, bro. Like,
that's true. Gronk can also play in this type of weather. He's kind of used to that.
Exactly. Like Gronk and Brady, they need to be having a discussion with each other right now. Like, so like, New England
targets today.
Yeah, like, I need a Travis Kelce type of day. Like,
I need 4 in every quarter at least, or something. You know, like, just get going.
It's the only way I see it possible, bro. It's the only way I see this. You know,
I think Brate's been running more routes than him recently, anyhow. Though, as far as like, you know,
because he's the security blanket. Because Brate's the security blanket. Exactly. Like, you throw anything Brate's way, and he's gonna catch it. He's gonna catch it. What's good, Bogard?
Hey, breakfast beer, give me money.
For sure.
What's good, breakfast beer? Definitely give us money, bro. So Bogard, what are your thoughts, bro?
Well, Bruce Arians, he likes to go down the field, and Antonio Brown, it doesn't fucking matter if he's not there. You got Tyler Johnson to fill that role. He played 25% of the snaps last week over Scotty Too Hotty Miller.
You saw that catch though?
Yeah, it's fucking amazing. And you know what? Call me crazy. One of the best catches this year.
To Miller as well.
Yeah, man. One of the best catches this year.
We didn't even talk about Brady's deep passes this year. Like, he led the league, I think, in deep passes, which is like 20 yards or further down. Like, what the fuck, dude? Like, he just came back out of nowhere this year. But you know what? They'll do that in a Bruce Arians offense. So I'll let Bogart talk about Bruce Arians.
And you know, it took what's impressive with Tom Brady and Tampa Bay is, you know, this was a team that like played themselves in the rhythm all year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like when they played Green Bay week 6, that was when they started to catch a little fire, especially their defense. I mean, they pressured the hell out of Brady. I mean, out of Rodgers. They blitzed like shit. You know, these are two teams that are kind of, they're stark contrasts on offense. You know, Green Bay, they are a very balanced team. They run almost as close as the amount of times they pass the ball. And then, you know, which is number 7 in the league. They're 7 in rushing. Tampa Bay, they're 28 in rushing.
28.
So that's, you know, and if you think about it, the way the Bucs defense is built is you can't run on them, you can pass on them. And then on the flip side, you can't, it's harder to pass on Green Bay. It's easier to run on them. You know what I mean? So do we see, do we see that play action be able to get sold properly?
I feel like it goes. I feel like it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Like if this weather is going to be a factor, and I can expect Ronald Jones and Lenny to probably put the ball on the ground. One of the two is putting the ball on the ground because you're not used to this.
It's funny because I was going to call him Leonard, right?
Oh, shit.
He actually has a brother
named Leonard. Yes.
It's fucking crazy. So, yes.
Leonard and Leonard.
Yes. The Foreskin brothers.
Yeah, I was about to say, you know what? He like that really would be a thing. Like, oh, my gosh. I can't stand fucking the Fournettes. I'm not.
Hey, Fournette, I think he has something like 6 touchdowns in the postseason, like in his postseason career. And I think this is only like I think this is his 6th post game. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is his 5th, 6th. This is his 6th game appearing in the postseason. Because he played 3. Yeah, he played 3 with Jacksonville.
3 in Jacksonville.
Yeah, and
that 1 year
this is the third one right here with Tampa.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, 6 games totals for him. Yeah.
Yeah, so but I agree with what you said earlier. You know what I mean? Like, Tom Brady arguably is the only one who's played in these type of conditions. You know what I mean? And
Green Bay was also the only one that had a turnover last time. These two had 2 turnovers last time these two teams met.
Yeah, so Green Bay turned up. Rodgers threw 2 picks. That was the only multiple interception game.
But Winfield was still active during that time period too.
Yeah, and it was them coming off a bye week. You know what I mean? So they've only seen LaFleur come off of 3 bye weeks. So 1 last year going into the playoffs. 1, obviously last year coming off their bye week in 2019, and then coming off the bye week again in 2020. Oh, so actually they had 4 bye weeks because they also had the bye week going into the playoffs. So he's 3-1 coming off the bye. If that matters at all. But Green Bay, they also averaged 30 points a game this year. And in losses, Tampa Bay averages 25 points a game. So it kind of makes me like the over, but I do agree with you on the under earlier when you guys were talking about. Like this.
Yeah.
But if you got the return of Vita Vea. So if there is any remnants of a run game that they could establish, I think Vita Vea actually helped stop that because they were intact the last time they played Rodgers, and they are again this time. So
last time they were able to contain Jones. They weren't able to contain Williams as much.
Yeah, he had a 10 carries, 15 yards. That's not good.
Yeah, whereas 30 and Williams only had 34 yards. So I mean, like it wasn't like Williams was
I think he scored like through the air, didn't he, or something by the goal line in that game, or was I mistaken?
Jones
I know they only scored once.
Did get in the
Was it? I want to say it was Adams.
Williams?
No,
No,
it was Jones.
Adams had a down game. That's right.
It was
That was way back in week 6. I should probably look for those highlights.
Adams was 6 for 61 on 10 targets.
Yeah, it's interesting. Both these teams, both these games today, these teams played each other in week 6.
Yeah,
You know what I mean, and the Chiefs came out on top last time, and the Bucks. But going back to this game, dude, I feel like there's Rodgers and them. They can you best them twice? You know what I mean? This is. Look at the teams that beat Rodgers and them this year. It was they lost.
Rodgers says that game was like an anomaly. Like that was just one.
That
game.
was
You look at them.
It really just was one game. Like when you look at the overall, like that, like you can literally just single out that one.
But there's 3 games though that are similar to in all the common denominator in all the Green Bay Packers losses was they lost to the Vikings, they lost to the Bucks, and they lost to the Colts. 3 teams that established a run like shit. They dominated on the ground.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Even in one of Green Bay's best, run defense performances was against Derrick Henry. They held him to 98 yards. That's still a lot. You know what I mean? So
Jones had 113 yards on Green Bay that
last one. Yeah, and then obviously Dalvin Cook, he had that 200-yard game with 4 touchdowns. You know what I mean? So getting the run going is very importante for the Bucks. You know what I mean? And them being the the 28th rush attack in the league, You know what I mean? Like, do they try to just come out slinging it? I mean, obviously they're going to try to establish the run.
They'll
Or is
probably
Bruce?
set up like some play action.
Yeah, I feel like you have to, especially in this weather, whoever can establish the run first. In bad weather games, whoever can establish the run first can be more dominant. Now the problem is Green Bay has the ability to pass in bad weather because, well, they have fucking Devontae Adams, and all he does is just train for inclement weather. Like that, that's really like he takes advantage of these types of situations. I don't think that you see the same thing from Adams, you know,
From week 6.
from week 6.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, they're going to try to get these guys involved in the game. You know, they're going to go to their players, and that's what I think both teams are going to have to try to do. I mean, we haven't even talked about Mike Evans at all, but you know, he's going to do him. You know what I'm saying? And I think both teams are going to try to get. It's going to be close, man. And I think that both teams are going to hit close. I mean, Vegas knows what's up. They're going to hit close to that line. You know what I'm saying? And it's usually. I don't think it's going to be one of those lopsided affairs.
Mike Evans and Godwin were silenced last time these two teams faced off. It was Gronk and Tyler Johnson, and really Tyler only had he was 1 for 7, and the one that he made was just a touchdown. It was a lone touchdown. It was really Ronald Jones and Gronk that were the stars.
Yeah, that was the breakout game for Gronk in 2020. Because other than that, and I think Gronk, I think he's you know, he's going to be semi-quiet again this week. This game he's been blocking like shit. You know what I mean? And like, you know, obviously that's going to help tremendously if they're trying to establish the run.
Like Trias said something very, very interesting in the chat. They need Devin White to come big again. I don't think that Devin White is going to repeat those numbers again. I mean, once again, you know, that was a complete anomaly. I mean, 10 tackles for a loss, like you know, 9 of them were by yourself.
It was an anomaly for Green Bay on offense.
Or I'm sorry, 10 total tackles, 3 of them.
I wouldn't think it's an anomaly for what the Bucs defense have been doing because they've been doing it all year. It was an anomaly for Rodgers and them. You know what I mean? Like
that's what I was. Yeah. But I mean, even all over the board, like I mean, come on, like Rodgers' line usually is not letting anybody get past get through like that.
This is what happened in this game, though. I mean, the Packers were doing their thing. They were going to their guys. They went up. They got a field goal in the first possession. Then they drove. You know, I think it was a short rushing touchdown or whatever. In the second possession, they're up 10. And then Rodgers throws a pick 6 off the sideline. Then on the next drive, he throws another interception, and they bring it all the way back to the 2. So the game turned, and then they couldn't get momentum back after that at all. So that's why it was an anomaly. Defense, and that's what I'm talking about, though. Team that's going to set up the defense, and that's why I'm scared of Tampa Bay right now. Is what I'm saying. Like my pick was, I think a few weeks ago when we did all those picks was real chalk or whatever. But I think that Tampa Bay's defense right now is that defense is probably. It just depends on which one's going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
Does the NFL love Brady more than Rodgers?
I don't know.
Yes, the NFL does love Brady more than Rodgers.
Like, you know, I feel like Brady, he's always one of the first guys to like eclipse certain, you know, things that have never been done. Like, for example, host a home Super Bowl. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Like come on.
I know, that was crazy.
You know what I mean? Like I could hear Tom Brady's locker room speeches. Let's go. We're on the road. On the way to the Super Bowl, so we can go home. You know what I mean?
Like trying to say some shit. Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, but then on the flip side, you know, you got Rodgers, where it's like the intangible for Rodgers is this is for his legacy. Like, I mean, you know, shout out to Drew Brees. He's probably going to retire when it's all said and done. You're going to look at Drew Brees' time in New Orleans and say he only got to 1 Super Bowl. And right now, that's Brady. That's Rodgers' get up right now. That's his rap sheet.
Yeah, you know, but that's also why I want Rodgers to also get this dub today, focus 2 weeks from now on Super Bowl, just like we all gonna be doing.
Man, I'm watching these highlights from this last game, and Brady, just after the momentum changed, like he had all the time in the world. They were just play action screens, like little just setting like perfect drives every single time. And then the Packers on the flip side couldn't get anything going. But if they stuck with a run game a little bit more, it was early in the game, and I think they just started abandoning that, and it just they got great game scripted out.
Yeah.
I don't think
Good
that
point.
I don't think that happens again though. Like I said, like I really, really, really don't think that happens.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, for it to flip 21-10 by halftime, because when they were already down, like they were up 10-0, it's just, like Aaron Rodgers ain't going to be throwing picks like that, deep towards the sideline.
Yeah.
He's going to be on his game.
So you know how we were talking about Tom Brady? He's
you need 5 from Tanyan. You need that. You need 5 from Tanyan. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I have him in my DFS. I have the Rodgers Tanyan stack. So
you guys want to know a cool? Here's a nice X factor that I've figured out. Well, we're not figured out, but this is what I'm assuming. An X factor for Green Bay is going to be MVS.
Yes.
So as much as Tom Brady leads the league in deep passes 20 yards and up. The Tampa Bay's defense also gives up a ton of splash plays down the field, 20 plus yards down the field. And they also give up a ton of production to opposing slot receivers. So now MVS, he is their field stretcher, right? And he plays out of the slot a lot as well. And when he's in the slot, he's not going over the middle. He's running up the seam. So, I feel like he could pop a big one, you know what I mean? And if not, maybe even Lazard, because Lazard.
I was about to say, appreciate the alley-oop, Alan Lazard.
Because
there was no Alan Lazard last time. There was no Alan Lazard last time.
Exactly.
And now there is a Alan Lazard.
Yeah, and Alan Lazard and Tanyan, one thing they do add to Rodgers' game is they block down the field. Obviously Tanyan helps block on the line sometimes. So it's they're going to try to establish a run regardless. I feel like because that play action is part of their best weapon on offense. You know what I mean? They Rodgers, I think right now going into this game, he has 18 touchdowns off of play action. That's fucking insane. You know what I mean?
Really quick, Eric, what's good? Tino, what's good? JD, I
up,
saw you
Eric?
up in here.
What up,
What's
Tino?
good, everybody? What's good, everybody?
Big up to JD. Go Chi Nate.
Go ahead, bro. Continue, man.
Now it's Vita Vea coming back though, man. What do you guys think this makes a big impact? I mean, he's probably going to be rotated in and out, but I
think that makes a big impact, but not when you simultaneously lose Antoine Winfield. That it's like yo, we improved. It's like and it's like So
I need to drop Winfield. I didn't know he got ruled out.
Yeah, you're dealing with that two double-sided emotion there on defense. It's like, I got Vay back. Fuck, I lost my young guy Winfield.
Yeah.
Winfield.
He's one of the ones that made a couple big plays in this postseason so far. So I think it hurts. You know what I mean?
So I mean that's where I'm at with that one. Let's get into Buffalo KC. Woo.
I love that one. I mean, I'm excited for that game, really. I mean, both these games are going to be great today, honestly. I mean, the matchups are superb. The 4 remaining quarterbacks.
They better be NFL. You hear that? They better be great NFL. Or we're packing this thing up.
Let's on riot. Oh my God.
We're going to storm I don't know.
No, we're going to storm the league headquarters.
We're going to LA. We're going to SoFi. That's where the NFL network. We're going there. Knocking on the door.
This game, I'll also be commentating this one later this afternoon. Make sure you guys get up with us here on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. Football Power Index has 61.1 favorites to the Chiefs, with 38.9 going to the Bills. But the Bills got a damn defense. Mahomes is coming off of concussion protocol.
You got 2 coaches that want to get a job, so they're gonna call the best game ever.
Exactly. The enemy and Frazier are about to just hey, there's going to be bombs through the air today. It is gonna just be back and forth. It's gonna come down to Bass or Buckner at the end of this baby. Oh man.
The butt kicker.
The butt kicker versus the sea bass.
I don't know, man. Seabass has been on. I don't know. It just depends.
He holds a postseason field goal record now as a rookie.
Nice.
I'm a nervous wreck about this game. I should be.
I carried him in a lot of leagues, or he carried me, I should say, in those kicker leagues. So he played very well. I didn't have to mess around with my lineup. But, normally I'll just stream kickers or whatever the hell. Don't matter. But yeah, I try to find that diamond in the rough, like Sanders as well from Florida.
I should have took
Miami.
your advice on just holding on to just kickers that do it because I was streaming every week and I lost my Super Bowl because of my kicker choice.
What's hilarious about this is that you don't need running backs in this game. Like neither team needs running backs.
All four of these, three out of the four teams don't necessarily need a run game. Like Green Bay's. But then also Green Bay has Rodgers. So
yeah, Green Bay but they had Jones. Like Jones can. Jones is like acting nasty. Yeah,
I took Singletary and Jones as my running backs in
that's
DFS.
good. I'd do that. Yeah.
Can we get
Singletary 16 and Jones is 31 as far as price.
Is AJ Dillon? Is he healthy for this game?
He is. He's going to play.
Yeah, he'll play.
Because I think like if they can get any kind of lead and get the run game going, AJ Dillon's gonna, like it's gonna hurt tackling him in the cold.
You would.
Yeah. Oof, those thunder thighs.
Yeah. Suzanne Summers, eat your heart out.
No, I'm like,
remember the Thigh Master?
Thigh Master, yeah.
I'm super interested in this one. I don't know, man. I want Buffalo to pull something amazing off. This is a 1994 repeat, by the way.
Yep. Shout out to
Montana. Every 27 years for like the last, going back to like, I don't know, the 60s or whatever the hell.
Yeah. So the last 54 years then, right? They've played, this is the third time in the last 54 years that they've met in the AFC title game.
Something like that. My math is horrible. That's why
I'm surprised I just did that math right now. Now, you know what? So let's go to the breakdown. Like last time, they had Clyde. You know what I mean? They didn't have Bell. Clyde went crazy. He went crazy, right?
Isn't that the same situation that's happening this week?
Yeah. So Clyde's back.
And I don't think Bell's available, right? Or is he hurt or is he there?
I don't think Bell's available.
Yeah, it's the same thing.
Isn't he available?
I don't think so.
Can we check that?
I'm gonna try.
I didn't know he got hurt last week. I know he only had one carry or two carries.
Let's see. Let's try to
set up. Check that while I go back. I'm
gonna set a lineup and see if he's there.
Yeah. So they last time they played, it was a weather game. I remember me and Rob, we won a ton of money on that game because we took the less on both passing yards. You know what I mean? We figured it was gonna be a run orientated game. At the time, Buffalo still couldn't rush the ball aside from Josh Allen. We nailed
the fuck out of that game.
Yeah, we sure did. And it was a last minute thing. I remember we did all the analysis and I was like, yo, let's check this weather real quick. And it was a monsoon and we were like, oh shit, all right, let's change everything we just said. Remember that? Like we literally spent like an hour breaking the thing down only to switch it up and
Bell's
get it correct.
10 hours ago, Le'Veon Bell, not expected to play versus.
Yep, not expected. Yep, that's what I thought. Okay, yep. I was like, I knew I read that right. So last time these two teams faced, look, both teams fucking had a turnover apiece. All right, so we can't even try to analyze the defense.
Yeah, and I think both defenses are almost like same kind of level. Almost, I think the Chiefs have a great.
Yeah, you could run on both those defenses.
Yeah, you could run on both defenses, and then their secondaries
are the shiny.
Yeah, they're like bend don't break defenses.
They didn't have
Kansas City one type of possession, ironically.
Well, yeah, but I mean, Clyde had about 150 plus on the ground.
I think the Bills run even less than Kansas City. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So actually, no. Actually, the Bills are 21 in rush attempts, and the Chiefs are 23. So they, because the Chiefs, they really pass the ball a lot. You know what I mean? You got to remember, Josh Allen runs enough to get them,
exactly
that 21 spot over the Chiefs.
The Chiefs fucked themselves in penalties, though.
Yeah, they sure did. But also, here's another thing. The Bills were without Matt Milano last time. He's one of their best run stoppers. You know what I mean? He's obviously
healthy
for this game. And then I really was impressed with the game plan that Frazier came up with against Lamar Jackson, where they held that one of the best run offenses in the game. They held them, below par. So, maybe this game, the strength of the Chiefs is their passing game. So maybe you see more, nickel and dime packages. You know what I mean? Like, because we already know with Mahomes' toe, we're not going to expect him to run.
He has like turf toe.
Yeah, you know what I mean. That's
Yep.
on the big toe too. The big toe. That's the leader of the
You think
foot,
you're going to see
know what I
like a
mean?
little more Daryl Williams as well? Like,
Yeah.
Josh Allen is not passing for only 122 yards again. I don't see that shit happen whatsoever.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't see that.
that's
You know,
crazy. No,
last time
that's
they
crazy
didn't have
low.
John Brown either. They didn't have John Brown. Gabriel Davis.
Kenny
If
Stills is active now. Like,
Oh yeah, they activated Kenny Stills.
Oh wow.
Wait,
Well, he'll probably play like
you mean
8% of the snaps. You know what I mean?
Kenny Buffalo Bills.
Ooh. Okay, hold on. Let me get real ignorant here. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Sammy Watkins
is out.
revenge game
He's out.
out?
He is
from
not.
the bench.
I don't. Sammy Watkins
Is he out?
believed to not play. Yeah.
Okay. Damn.
I'm pretty sure I saw something like that.
Hey, you know what's funny? We're in this. So check us out, Peacock. You know, me and Robbie were in this playoff league,
Questionable.
and I'm really upset now that I couldn't get Bryce Pringle. It's like you started scraping the bottom of the barrel and like, damn, Sam. So the Lizard King is out. Okay. You know what I mean?
It's not the Lizard Man, yeah.
You know what?
He thinks he's a lizard.
I know we're not
Cole
getting into our
Beasley.
big
Oh,
shit.
yo, Cole Beasley's most recent freestyle that man just dropped. Like, oh my gosh,
Hey, he got bars, dog.
he's got bars. Like Cole Beasley's got
He's
bars.
in my lineup, in my DFS lineup. I got him, Tyreek, and Mike Evans as my
What's
receiver.
up with Rashad Breeland? That's
Yeah,
that's the Chiefs' best corner. Is he? Because I know he was not practicing all week. He got into a limited. Actually, I'm lying. He got into a limited, but so he's gonna play on.
I would assume so. I
haven't heard
assume so.
anything.
Let me double check. I haven't heard anything. Yeah, here. Let me double check for you. I gotta go back to the injury report. Go back a couple of tabs.
I mean, and Clyde is gonna play, right?
Yeah, Clyde's playing for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, Clyde's
right.
there.
Man,
They have
dude,
to play Clyde. There's no Bell.
is it more fun
It's gonna be
to
Clyde
like,
and Daryl
root for the
Williams.
Bills on this one?
Yes, I'm rooting for
Me
them.
too.
But I didn't.
I do not see Breland on
An
the
injury
injury
report? Okay.
report. Yeah.
Okay. Because, man, it wouldn't matter if he was completely healthy or not, to be honest. Like, how in the fuck is anyone going to stop Tyreek Hill? I mean, they actually kept him in, moderately in check last time, right? If I remember correctly. But
No, he scored a.
he scored a touchdown. Because I know he had, like, a
in the wrong
touchdown.
game.
Oh, okay. Because I know he started off the year, like, 5 weeks straight with a touchdown.
Yeah, I was
game?
thinking of the wrong game. I'm not too sure. I got to look at his.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he continued the streak week 6. But there wasn't much passing attempts in that game anyway. It was... Yeah, that game was, it was because it was bad weather too.
Dude, if Buffalo wins this, you have to get the ring. Like you gotta finish the job. Like if Buffalo, you gotta finish the job.
Jim Kelly's over there, like he's like the Obi-Wan Kenobi to like Luke. Like Luke, you have to bring balance to the force. Like, you know what I mean? Like I need, you know what I mean? Like it's and. Like I remember that AFC Championship. I was in the 3rd grade. No, I was in the 4th grade. The last time these two teams played in the chip or the title game. And
damn, Josh Allen wasn't even born yet.
No, he wasn't. And I was rooting for the Chiefs because obviously grew up a Niner fan, and when that was the first year Joe Montana went over there, or the second year I think. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Tyreek Hill only went 3 for 3 with 20 yards the last time they played.
They game planned to keep him out, but also those numbers might be skewed because the lack of the pass attempts and targets. Like they rarely they
only got 3
didn't target him.
only got 3 targets.
Yeah, so I give it. And I think Patrick Mahomes, he passed for less than 25 times that game. Am I crazy? Am I remembering this wrong?
I believe so. I was just, damn it, I was just on it.
The toe, you know what worries me about the toe is that, like, yeah, you could have him in shotgun, but is he going to be able to, like, like sometimes Mahomes, he'll drop back for like 30 yards. You know what I mean? Like,
I know, yeah.
Like,
Yeah, but Kelsey went, he went 5 receptions on 7 targets, 2 touchdowns on 65 yards. So
see, he
didn't pass for much yards, but I mean, he got TDs and he was doing his thing.
Yeah, Mahomes passed for 225. Yeah, he passed for 225, 26 attempts.
Did he run one in too that game?
I think he did. Yeah, I think he ran one. Hang on.
But Clyde went absolutely ham that game. I remember, like,
he diced them and sliced them.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, I was. And then you know what they were like? They were like, you know what we need to do? Bring over Le'Veon Bell.
No, he did not rush
so
one. He did not rush for one. He passed for
so
two.
Okay.
Yeah, he just passed for two. So yeah, let's get into some Monkey Knife Fight.
Bless you. Or good sometime, or whatever it was.
Dang. No, that was definitely a
All of
fucking
it.
sneeze, and it hurt. It was like,
It was like a sneeze into a cough. It was like a combination. You know what I mean?
yeah, it wasn't fun. It was not fun at all. I'll tell you that. It hurt. Here, let me go ahead and log into my Monkey Knife Fight account really quick. Make sure that you guys go ahead, download the Monkey Knife Fight app if you have not already, on both Apple and Android devices. The promo code Rumboyz, we're matching deposits all the way up to $50. Holla, holla. Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. 287.5 for Aaron Rodgers, 286.5 for Tom Brady, more or less.
Is it the weather?
It's the weather. Yeah, it's the weather.
Damn it! I'm gonna take.
It doesn't matter, right? For the
I was gonna say, take the more maybe, but damn, but that's what I'm saying. Like I was talking about the defenses earlier, where I'm just like,
Jamel Dean, Marcus Murphy, Bunting, Carlton Davis. They're not the greatest corners, but they definitely take advantage of their front seven just blitzing and
yeah,
pressuring,
exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, so but I mean, last time, like you did say, there was no Lazard. You know what I mean? There was no, MVS wasn't heating up yet. You know what I mean? Tanyan was kind of making his presence felt, but their linebackers and safeties kind of took care of him. Man, dude, I'm you know what? Me personally, I'm probably gonna go less on both.
I was thinking less on both too.
Because that fits the narrative of the under. Like if you guys like the under, you know what I mean? Like, but the numbers show that this game's gonna go over because Green Bay averages 30 points on offense in winning games. Tom Brady, they average 25 points a game in losing efforts. And I have Green Bay winning this game, so I tend to gravitate towards those two stats. You know what I mean? And that would put it at 55. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't necessarily mean it's gonna happen all through the air. But if there is a secondary that's gonna get exploited in this between these two teams, it would be the Bucks.
Yeah, it would definitely be the Bucks.
So maybe more on Rodgers, less on Brady.
I think I'd take the more on both, but the weather's the only thing that is really what's driving it down, and so that's why.
We're
getting close.
I don't know what's the wind.
Right,
what's the wind like? That's what I need to know.
There it is. What's the wind like?
I don't care about the snow for either of these quarterbacks. I need to know what the wind is like. You know what I mean? Or if it's going to be coming down. Let me check here if I can.
You think they come out sleeveless?
Lambeau Field.
Of course they do.
Weather.
People come out sleeveless all the time. I'm tough.
Cloudy in Lambeau Field.
Just cloudy.
Yeah, just saying cloudy.
What's the wind?
I'm taking the over on both of them as well. Wind 9 miles an hour. That's nothing, bro.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing.
I would take it. I would take overs.
Okay, I'm gonna backpack y'all.
You're like in overs.
Well, because I'm torn on this. That's why I would go with the respect of my peers. You know what I mean?
I mean,
It was what was it? 280, 289, and 287.
It was 287, 286.
Yeah, I think they can both throw for 300. It just depends though.
You're asking
those defenses
for double overs.
It never happens.
Brady
It's barely happened this year, to be honest.
What's that? It's barely happened, right?
Yeah, in a lot of these MKF breakdowns.
That's why I would do it.
We've had some that has happened. What did Brady throw for last time these two teams faced? Let me check some shit.
I want to say it was less than 300.
But I want to say that those games were the game script was just wonky.
Yeah, that
the
game
defense got involved
long ago.
Let's see.
He threw for 166. He threw for 166.
I was gonna say he was definitely under 300. Damn, he was well under. He was under 200 even.
That's what I was saying. That's why I was like,
because there was defensive scores
That's
and
true.
they got right at the goal line. They just had to run it in or whatever. Like they didn't need yardage.
Just threw for 160.
If there's a special teams mess up, then it's gonna mess up one of those overs. You know what I'm saying?
Come on,
Exactly.
Tavon Austin. I need you to run one back.
Fucking
I actually picked him up in our playoff league. That's how bad it is.
Oh,
That's why you're saying. That's why you're bringing it up.
Yeah, oh yeah. I gotta will it into existence. You know what I mean?
I think I'm taking the double lessons.
There you go.
So that was my initial gut reaction. So I'm gonna you know what?
I'm
Miles,
gonna backpack your backpack.
Yes, let's go. Several bags on my back.
Oh yeah,
I should have put more thought into it, right? We have a whole entire week. You know what I mean?
we have a whole week.
I didn't know I was gonna be on. That's why I'm taking the double overs. I don't care. I still think that both of these guys.
I don't care.
I think both. Like if I'm betting, that's me. You don't have to listen to me.
Hi,
Like I
babe.
said, that's what
Say
I
hi
do.
to the people, babe. My girls came
No.
home for lunch.
I
Go ahead,
know.
love.
I know.
I'm hungry again already.
I saved you that burger, babe. It was. She said but I feel like it meant like you better have.
Yeah, that's exactly. I knew exactly what the hell that was.
She's eating for two. You know, she told me because I'd be like, babe, go eat. Did you eat? And I'm like always trying to force feed her. She's like, eating for two doesn't mean you have to eat all the fucking time. I'm like, all right.
That is true.
All right, let me do some actual research.
You said, let me do some.
Yes.
I'm gonna take the over on
put on the
Rodgers. I'm gonna
spectacles.
take the under on Brady, but take the over on Rodgers.
Okay.
Okay, so you want to take the under on Brady?
That means I'm
over on
just gonna
Rodgers?
spin the wheel then. 'Cause-
Yeah, that's all it is.
Fucking throw shots in the dart.
Okay, maybe not so much backpacks. I'm gonna have two carry-ons. One from Robbie, one from Miles. You know what I mean? Like, let's try to get this bag.
No. Yo, I'm about to get into the 6x6 more or less right here.
This shit's been killing me because 2 weeks in a row I've been hitting 5 out of 6 on these joints and it's just killing me. I'm like, damn it! And I could easily go like, all right, let's just do the 5-leg one.
Check it out,
I'm
like,
like,
so-
I want the 6 one.
Brady had like 9 300-yard games this year, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 out of the last 6 were all 300-yard games, and they were like 390, 348, 399, 381.
But the Washington game. Oh no,
Yeah, it
Washington
was
went crazy.
Atlanta, Detroit, Atlanta, Washington.
Yeah.
And then this last one against New Orleans was only 199. So,
Yeah, because of the defense came to play and they
Exactly.
got those
so
short fields.
under on Brady.
Okay.
Let me check Rodgers again though.
I'm going less both.
Rodgers
Rodgers got 280. He got 280 in him. Let's go. 285.
Yo, that's all I'm like, yo.
Hold on, let me just look. I want to look like
less on both.
Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. I would do less on both. Yep.
Thanks.
I just man, I still think that Rodgers could just be like, fuck, I'm gonna have a monster game, everybody.
Fuck you.
Well, and like it might need to be all Rodgers because if you can't get this run game going, like
Yeah, and then what if he throws it to Jones instead? Like,
Offered
Exactly.
111.
or
Bell
Williams
and
in that
Cup.
matter.
Offered 111. Bell and Cup for pick 1-4 in Dynasty rookie.
Don't do
Enough?
it.
Fuck no, that's not enough.
yeah, dude, you want like,
Where's Bell? Bell's not even gonna be. Where's he gonna go? Bell didn't even look. Bell didn't even look good on an offense where like he's gonna see 6-man boxes religiously. Like you know what I mean? Like I think Le'Veon Bell. We're just gonna have fond memories of Le'Veon Bell as a killer bee. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's no need to even have Bell.
He had
why move back?
His career
from the 4,
had gangrene.
Why move back from the 4 to the 11? Like, I mean, really, the only thing that you're really getting out of that deal to me is like Cup.
Yeah.
I
Cup's
like
cool, but
you want to have a top 5 pick or something, and you already kind of know what you can get there. You know, depending on what your team needs.
yeah, if you need
So,
running back, there's gonna be
if you go to 11, it's like you might end up with somebody that you don't want, and then like you wasted your first round.
and it's not like you're swinging. It's not a snake draft, so
Told
you're
him.
not swinging around getting
Exactly,
your second
yeah.
pick right immediately.
Told
Yeah,
him he could swap out Bell for my 211, but he has CEH.
That
Dude,
doesn't
just don't
that
even-
doesn't matter at all. Bell's not
Yeah.
going to be there next year.
Exactly. Yeah. You're probably
Unless
gonna,
unless he's like, give me a record deal and I'll stay. Like you know what I mean? Like because he's going to want money, and now he's not going to be able to demand much either because of his performance with the Chiefs.
exactly.
I think this might be the last time we even see Le'Veon Bell.
See
be
Le'Veon
relevant.
Bell. Yeah,
Greg
this is
Olson's
probably the
retiring.
last time.
Didn't he already retire? I don't know. I thought
He hasn't even been relevant since the Steelers, to be honest.
Yeah, no, fuck, no.
I love you, Le'Veon Bell. I'm always gonna remember you
Wait,
winning me championships.
Do you have Bell? I'm assuming you. Okay, so I'm assuming you have Bell.
Oh, I thought he was bringing over Bell and Cup.
Okay, so then you're the one that's offering your 111 Bell and Cup for a 1-4.
No, I think he has the 1-4, and he's getting offered the 3.
We misinterpreted the question.
Yeah.
Josh, retype your question, bro. Let me know exactly what you
Who's
have.
on your team?
You have.
Who's on your team
Yeah, because
first?
from what I read, it was he's giving up the 4th overall, bringing
That's
over
what I thought.
the 111 and Cup
and
and
Cup
Bell.
and Bell,
Yeah.
right?
2 girls, 1 Cup, and Big Belly.
Told him he could swap Bell out
for the
for
111.
Tell me
Big bellies.
okay, no, yeah. So yeah, he could swap Bell out for my 211. So it would be a 111, 211.
Okay, so who's
Oh
Still
no,
reserves.
I'm pick 111 and I'm trying to move up.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, you'd be giving up a 111, a 211, and Cup to move up to the 1-4. Fuck.
It's so if you're getting rid of Cup, maybe I would assume he has receiver depth, right? I mean, because Cup's fairly young and he's actually he's a good receiver. So
Exactly. Yeah, he's
so
actually.
if you're getting rid of him, what is he target? He's probably targeting a Devontae.
You have to be going for Devontae Smith. That's the only.
or Jamar Chase. You know what I mean?
That would be what I feel like what he'd have to do. I feel like, or either he tries to go after one of the young running backs to replace Bell, because with this, like you just said, this is the last time that we're probably going to see Bell.
Yeah. Shit, man. If I can get a receiver back, you know what I mean? But he is moving up, so giving up. Yeah, okay.
Well, what's he like? What does he really want to get at 1-4? What does he really need?
Yeah, does he need?
And what does he expect to be there?
Bigger Cup is worth a late first.
I don't know if Cup's worth a late first in Dynasty.
Yeah, I don't know if I would do that. It depends on who you're playing.
If it was a startup Dynasty league, when's Cup going? 4th round, maybe?
Exactly.
3rd round, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like if it's a startup.
Yeah, I don't have any.
And I would take a hard look, take a really hard look at the 1 through 3 teams. The pick 1-1, 1-2, 1-3.
If I'm a person with the 104, I'm not gonna take Cup, just because I could probably go and I could do what you just said, Smith or Chase.
Yeah.
So like if you're looking to move up, I feel like you should just really match
just try to move up to the 1-1. Fuck it, you know what I mean? Like if and get exactly who you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If that's the case, yeah.
Because it's too much of a risk, like moving up and then it not happening for you.
Cup is a Dynasty wide receiver 20, like ECR.
Yeah, so that's gonna put him around the 3rd, 4th round, right?
Yeah, that pushes him back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Nope.
And he's 27, which isn't too old.
No, not too old.
He got extended, so you would have him for like 2 years. You know what I mean? And you hope he's healthy.
And stays, like the guy with that niche
Okay,
role.
so he wants Etienne or Chase, and you need to be trying to gun for the 101, not the 104. You need to be trying to get in like the 101, 102.
But look at who's the 1-1, 1-2, and 1-3. Those teams, look at what they need.
What they need, yeah.
Because then that could dictate what you're finna do. You know what I mean? Like if the 1-1 needs a QB, I'm getting Trevor Lawrence. And if the 1-2 needs running back, Etienne or Najee Harris probably coming off the board, maybe depending on preference. You know what I mean? Like you gotta really, because everyone's gonna be enamored with Devontae Smith in that national game. When you get national coverage and you had a season like he did, like he had a phenomenal year on top of putting the cherry on top with a 3-touchdown game. That's going to be seared into people's memories. So
exactly,
he might be like a 2nd pick overall if that team needs a receiver. You know what I mean?
Let's get back into our MKF 6 leg. So 7.5 receptions for Devontae Adams.
7.5 receptions.
If we're really pounding this over on Rodgers, or not even pounding it, but we like it.
Or no,
I like the over.
We said less and less.
Yeah. Okay, so then I'd say he's good for 7. I mean, he gets an average his average targets. Can we see that?
Sure.
Yeah,
Like because that can help us out a lot here. Like because I want to say over, to be honest, or more. Like he needs 8 receptions, but
Okay,
now that Alan Lazard's back, because last time all they had to do was bracket him.
receptions in his last, how many games do you want to go back? It'll be like he had 9, 6, 11, 7, 7, 10, 6, 7. So
postseason, so 10 targets, 9 receptions is
yeah. So I would
And that was
7.5.
a phenomenal secondary.
I would take the over on this.
Yeah, let's go more. I mean, you just said it best, man.
More,
He had
sorry.
9 receptions on the Rams
Yeah,
secondary.
and
You know what I mean?
6 against Chicago, right? But
Yeah, and that's a very good secondary too. So
yeah. But then he had 11
against Tennessee, 7.
as he should against Tennessee.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Chris Godwin,
Can't
75 and a
3
half,
touchdowns
75 and a half yards for Chris Godwin.
I don't know. That's tough.
Well, Jair Alexander, he tends to play one side. So
Is he on the?
But King is also out. King is also on the other side. So it doesn't matter where you move Evans or Godwin. Like
they're gonna have great coverage.
Yeah, they're pretty much fucked, to be honest. Just being 100% real with you.
Well,
these guys
the last time they played,
they were literally erased. Yeah, they were last time they played. They were literally erased from the game log. Like,
but he has God and win in his name.
48 yards.
But he got erased from the game log.
Yeah, I would take the less, but that's just me.
I feel like the less on both of them.
Yeah.
Okay, so Mike Evans and Godwin is options here. Like, I mean,
oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't even look at.
No, I
mean, Evans is at 64 and a half, and Godwin's at 75 and a half. Like, I don't think that either of them are going to get that.
I'll go less since we're taking less on Brady. That fits the narrative of what the game script we're writing. So,
like,
let's go, Tyler Johnson.
I would
got him.
I would take them. I would take them more on Evans than 64 yards.
I would take them if I'm going to take the more on someone. I'm taking the more on Godwin because Evans he's like a red zone guy. You know what I mean? Like he's a third down look. Like,
but he also is that like when he does take shots. I mean, he can just stand up and post up downfield, and Brady will find him.
Here's the thing: he's also like really banged up. That's
he's super banged up. You know what I mean? Banged up.
How banged up is he?
Like
this much.
I mean, and last time that these two teams faced off, Godwin was the one that he was 5 for 7 and 48 yards. So like if anyone would go over, it would be Godwin, but he's still not going over those 75 and a half yards.
It sucks that they're not giving Godwin the reception total. They're giving him the yards, like because you know what I mean. Like that's what makes it difficult for me because I think Godwin, I think he's good for like 7-8 receptions here. You know what I mean? But the yards, I don't know, because he's over the middle more so and out the slot. You know what I mean?
I mean, there's no AB, so somebody's gonna have to get off. But I don't think
Tyler Johnson. Let's go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's gonna be somebody else. Like it'll be completely somebody else.
It'll be Justin Watson out of nowhere.
and with it being a snow game, I mean, who else are you realistically going to trust other than the person that has actually played in the snow with you than Rob Gronkowski? I feel like you have to feed Gronk and you have to feed your running backs.
But also Gronk in the last 2 games, they were really good run defenses. I mean, especially the Saints, and he was just out there getting his hands dirty. You know what I mean? Blocking.
Yeah, but this is completely different. Like I don't know. As they show the aerial shot of fucking Lambeau, and it's just like clear. There's no snow on the ground. Nothing. I keep forgetting.
No snow even.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Make a phone call. Let's get some snow here.
Jack Frost. Get Jack Frost on the phone.
Right. Get Belichick on the phone. Belichick knew how to make it snow on command.
Aaron Jones, 62 and a half rushing.
It's a good run defense, but he's good for more than that. Yeah, I think so.
But he's also been breaking off these 40-yard and 60-yard.
Yeah, so that'll help.
So
just all he needs is one.
Exactly. Yeah. That with Aaron Jones,
This is gonna be stupid, but is Mercedes Lewis healthy for this game?
I have no idea.
He tremendously helps in the running
That's,
game.
that helps tremendously in the run game. I think Tanyan will probably still be out there more.
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure. Because he's the best of both worlds. He can block and catch.
Yeah, I still feel like even though it's not snowing or anything yet up in Green Bay, I still think less on both QBs. I'm gonna go more on Devontae Adams just because analysis tells us that.
Yep.
Less on Godwin and Evans, and I'm gonna go more on Jones.
That looks decent.
I still say less on Jones.
Still, you think he's going to be maybe split
like
time with
60
Williams,
yards,
or he's going to be involved in the passing game? Maybe
no. You're only saying that because you're a freaking AJ Dillon truther, Bogart. No,
He's going to come in here and get 3 carries.
I think all three of them. I think all three of them are going to be in play here. But
you do that shit every single time, bro.
Hey, I learned it from you, Rob.
Yo, AJ Dillon. No, you ain't learned that from me. I don't do that.
I sure did learn it from you. Hey, playing fantasy with Robbie, whatever player he has, he's gonna be like, I don't know, man. I think he's gonna do good. Like every week in and out.
Trying to hype your own player.
You got to speak it into existence.
I do that all the time.
Actually, you know what? 62. Hey man, he might got 63 in him, so I'll go. I'm not gonna argue it.
Oh shit! They just moved Brady down to 284.5.
What was it at? They dropped it.
It was a 287, right?
The 286.
286.
That's what we're saying is that people are starting to bet the under, maybe.
Right?
They do this every single time.
They watch us.
Yeah, they watch us.
And if they don't, my version's better because this happens to me and Rob so many fucking times, bro. Like. We'll be doing this exactly.
And then they move the line by the time you're done.
Move the line, while we're talking, while we're online. You know what I mean? They've even got us one time. He called me. Remember, it was the Washington Tampa Bay game. We weren't even covering. We weren't even online. He just called me. All right, what do you think? Let's figure the 6-game parlay out. And then they were changing it on us while we were on the phone. They're on us. They're better than the feds. I was like,
got DJ Vlad over there, bro. Let's get into the Bills Chiefs. We have about almost 20 or so minutes until.
Is this a 1 o'clock game Mountain Time or is it 1:30?
Yeah. 12:30 your time, but yeah.
40 almost 140.
So it is. Oh, so it is a 1:30 Mountain.
It'll be 1:05 my time when
okay.
I'll start. Yeah.
All right, cool.
312.5 for Mahomes, 308.5 for Josh Allen. I'm going more on both. There's gonna be bombs. I just believe it. I'm speaking it into existence. It's just gonna be bombs through the air. Just
even Mahomes with the throw, it doesn't matter. I don't think. He can he'll find a way to give a touch pass to some Mecole Hardman who takes it 75 yards to the house.
You want to know what's rare? What's rare is these extreme shootouts. I can think of in the playoffs. Obviously remember the Falcons Patriots Super Bowl where they went crazy. The Patriots Eagles game where they had 500 yards on offense each. You know what I mean? The goddamn the Arizona Steelers, the Arizona Cardinals versus the Steelers. That game was crazy. Other than that, it's rare to see these crazy shootouts in the postseason. You know what I mean? These are the two teams, though. These are the two teams that could do it, though.
Yeah, so. Mahomes hasn't thrown a 300-yard game in about a month.
And now he got his big toe, the leader of the left foot.
Oh, that's right, the toe. Fine, I'll go less on Mahomes.
The leader of no, but still though, the toe could just indicate that they're gonna have to, drop back more. You know what I mean?
Who knows? Yeah, be in the shotgun more. That way he doesn't have to come out from under center. Maybe
out of it from under center. Yeah.
Let's see, Josh Allen though.
Allen said last night.
I would just go more on Josh Allen. I feel comfortable with that.
Yeah, I feel so comfortable with that.
Even if they're trailing, he's going to have to come back in that kind of mode. You know what I mean? Anyway,
and they know on the flip side of that, they know even in the beginning of the game, they're like, all right, we have to rack up points. We got to get down the field.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? These are two teams too that when they win games, they don't necessarily own time of possession either.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to try to run down the clock or anything. I mean, maybe they'll take longer in between plays, or whatever
Yeah.
to snap the ball.
Yeah,
But
snap the ball all the way down to the one like Rogers and shit.
right. Hold up.
Like,
I'm gonna take a call real quick. Sorry.
you good? You good? Yeah, I think I'm digging double Moores here. That's what my gut tells me.
Right.
Allen last night he
I'm
was like I need to see who has a bigger arm, me or Mahomes. Like, so he's already stated he's coming out and he's ready to drop bombs.
I'm going less on Mahomes.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
The toe convinces me enough to take the less. Like,
Well,
like
but
I
also
can see him.
with
I can see him
Clyde,
hitting at 300 and it just being short
Clyde
at
Williams.
212.
They have Clyde. They have Williams, and then we're probably going to see more Darwin Thompson. Like in the rotation. They have enough running backs to try to establish a run, and they're probably going to need to establish a run because this is what's the game plan anytime you play against Mahomes or Josh Allen? You will try to own time of possession, keep the other guy off the field. Out of these two teams, obviously on paper, the better run game is the Bills, but that's because Josh Allen runs. You know what I mean?
It's just
So so now is that going to come into effect? Like, could that affect his pass attempts? Because if they're all dropping everybody back and he sees a 6-man box, he's going to take off. You know what I mean? He's a stallion. You know what I mean? Just galloping. You know what I mean? This is another one too. For the life of me, I was just so excited about the matchup that I should have put more thought into you know what I mean? The lesser more here.
No, it's good. It's good. Let's see here. Let's see where everyone's up in the comments. He said, "Leave his ass on the bench." Absolutely. Yo, I like that. I like that. Chris over there in the Twitter chat. All right. So 98.5 receiving yards for Kelsey.
Over.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's not only Travis Kelsey, he's also the safety blanket. You know what I mean? Like, while coverage is going to be really tight on the outsides, you know what I mean? Their linebackers and their safeties not the greatest against the tight end. He destroyed them last time. You know what I mean? Like, and this is what's good about Andy Reid. When there's a spot you exploit, they go to it all the time. And Travis Kelsey can do all that in the first half before they make adjustments. Even, you know what I mean? Travis Kelsey,
He had 70. He had 65 against them last time they faced off. He was 5 for 7
in a game that Mahomes went under. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if you like Mahomes going over the 300 mark, then you gotta like Travis Kelsey going over here.
Yeah. He's been receiving more than 8 catches per game. Recently, so yeah. Since that game against the Jets, he's been steady 8, 10, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8, 8.
And what are the Jets? The Jets were one of the worst against the tight end. So Andy Reid's like, this is what we're doing. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, he's been going to the tight end a lot. So yeah, okay, I'll stick with the trend. 7.5 for Stephon Diggs. 7.5 receptions.
More.
That's
Also
okay.
fits the narrative. Like, he's gonna go to his main man.
Yeah.
Plus Brashad Breeland, man. Like, even if he's obviously gonna get safety help, or they're gonna bracket. They're gonna double him somehow. I still think I still think that's not enough.
Dude, I still think that's not enough.
Because everyone, I was on Cole Beasley last week with the reception total. He fucked us on Monkey Knife Fight. You know why? Because they had Diggs in and out of the slot as well. He was doing the underneath shit. He was doing the out wide shit. You know what I mean? Like, he was doing it all. So, and I don't see them getting away from that. They're in the AFC title game. Go to your best
playoffs. Yeah, it's a playoffs. You're gonna go to your best people or your best guys. Tyreek Hill 6.5.
I'm gonna go. I would go more. I'll go more. I think he got 7 in him, because that's another thing too. He only got 3 targets last time they played. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna go less.
You're gonna go less? Okay.
I do believe that they can game plan him out. Yeah.
He might be playing more decoy, if anything.
Yeah, Tre'Davious White's a fucking dog.
He is. I mean, like, what do you do? How do you stop one of the fastest men in the world? You jam him up as best as possible.
As best as possible.
Yeah, because what are they gonna? They're gonna be foolish if you try to play any kind of off coverage or soft zone. Like, that's just foolish on Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? Like, you don't do that. You gotta be on that man. You know what I mean?
I'm liking Chris's takes here in the chat. Aggie Kappa Sig or Aggie Kappa Sig, 7+ catches in more games than anyone in the NFL. Diggs is the true. Fire him up. Okay.
Yeah.
And then what are we thinking here about downtown John Brown, 58.5? I think you bring you. Well, the organization bringing Kenny Stills off the practice squad to me tells me that you have.
He's gonna get like 8 to 10% of the snaps.
Yeah, I know.
And he's gonna be running go routes. So I do agree with you. That's gonna take away from what John Brown does.
Exactly.
And also Gabriel Davis is also in that. He also plays that role as well.
I think
But
Davis is gonna be out.
here's the thing: they lead the league in 4 and 5 receiver sets. That's the Bills. They go empty set. They go empty backfield a lot. They run 4 wides, 5 wides a ton, the most in the league.
Exactly.
So it might not even fucking matter if Kenny Stills is playing or not, because he'll just be that 5th guy out there. You know what I mean? Like, and John Brown,
Oh, he had 62 yards against Baltimore.
yeah, he did.
Mm.
That was against
That is-
Marcus Peters.
Yep, that is tantalizing. Oh,
Yeah.
had 72
8 catches.
against
He had 8 catches,
against
right?
Miami. Yeah, he had 72 against Miami.
Yeah, because he's only been healthy like in the second half of the year, pretty much. He played like the first 3 weeks. He got hurt. You know what I mean? And then
99 against Seattle, 72 against Arizona, 42 against the Raiders, 82 against the first time against Miami. So you know what? That Moore actually, he's like low key sneaky. Just
it
good.
fits the narrative. We like Josh Allen to go over the 300. What did they give him? 307?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you 308. Yeah, you're
308.
right.
Yeah. I mean, he's gonna. Josh Allen too. He shows love to everybody.
He shows
He's spreading
love,
the ball
yeah.
around.
What'd you guys take on John Brown? I didn't see the last bit.
I took the more on the 58.5.
Really?
Yeah, he's been averaging. Here's what's cool about MKF is they're gonna take the average and then they're gonna keep it in that range. So he actually averages around 55 to 60 yards, and when healthy. We just went through the game.
Yeah, and if we're gonna take the over on
Exactly.
Allen, then might as well feed that in there. I don't know. Gabriel Davis he'll have a couple splash plays, but he's like a 3 to 4 catch guy.
Yeah, I'm glad they gave him the yards versus the receptions.
I'm glad that we go through like the whole game and we break everything down like in this manner.
Yeah, my brother-in-law had called and we were talking about he's like, "What are you gonna do for the game?" "I'm gonna smoke a brisket," all this stuff, anyways. But he started talking about he was like, "I really want to see the afternoon game," which is the one we were going over, and then we started talking about the Texans coaching deal because he was trying to give me shit like always. So.
Hey, Fred, you listen. Okay, let me ask you something. If Frazier, can hold Mahomes and he comes out with a phenomenal game plan, they go to the Super Bowl now.
Hire
Would you
Bieniemy.
rather hire Bieniemy? So it's
Yeah,
really
hire Bieniemy.
So you don't want Frazier at all.
No, it's not that I don't want him at all. I want to know if that becomes the case and he comes in for a second interview first or whatever before Bieniemy. I don't know how that situation's going to work, right? But and Watson signs off on it and it's okay, then that's fine. But the thing is, we don't know what Watson says and everything that
Watson apparently has came out this morning and said it doesn't matter who they get. He's already has his sights set on leaving. But I think
did they quote him and exactly? I don't know who he told
was
that.
it one of his homies? One of his cronies?
It was Chris Mortensen.
See, so it's like.
Can I ask a dumb question? Because I've never seen this man. Is Frazier a black man?
No.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I thought he was a black dude. That's what I was asking.
Yeah, I think he is.
I don't think I've ever seen a post conference of him. That's why.
Look now, I love how we all went to we're all going to Google Images to look him up now.
Is he black?
Yeah, he is.
Because I feel like they have their sights set on bringing over a black man. You know what I mean? Like
he's a man of some
he's
color.
not white.
Yeah,
He's what? They're DC
defensive coordinator, and he was head coach of the Vikings from 2010 to 2013.
Right.
Oh yeah, Leslie Frazier. Yeah, you're right.
Oh yeah, Leslie Frazier.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
so they're good either way. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So let's get into Super Bowl predictions. We have just a couple minutes before I have to get into the next stream. We'll start off with Miles. Your Super Bowl predictions. Who do you think wins today in both these games?
Right. So despite who I'm going to be cheering for while watching these games, my picks a couple of weeks ago when we wrote them back down, when we did that super like who's going to get into the playoffs and like, how far people go teams and whatnot. I think I went pretty chalk with the Chiefs and the Packers. That prediction is still valid and alive. So I'm going to just stick with that and double down at this point. So, but I will be cheering for the Bills and hoping that they do pull this off. Because I think that the city deserves it. I love Josh Allen and for Texans purposes. Yeah, all rolled into one. So a lot riding on that second game for me.
So I was like you, Miles, where I was chalk. I picked Green Bay like early on, and then I obviously love the Chiefs. But as of Monday, and in all the shows we've been doing, I'm on the Bills now. You know what I mean? Like I think I want the Bills. I'm slapping some Griselda. You know what I mean?
He's having slapping some Griselda.
Understandable.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Let's go Bills Mafia.
New York, what is good?
That's Western New York, right? Let's go.
That's Western New York, yeah.
Stand up.
I was going to say, Robbie, I do have I printed your label. I just need to pack it up and send it out.
Awesome.
I'm working on the other ones. I finished that, then I'll send it out. And I'm going to start doing my own little e-commerce thing, and I'm just going to like have a bunch of shit in stock, and then I'll open that up. Be like, boom, baby.
There it is. I love it. Gotta feed creative soul, man. That's
yeah.
The currency to the creative soul is happiness, man.
Exactly. That's a good one.
And I just made that up. It's pretty good.
Yeah, write it down. It's on the show.
Yeah, it's out there in the universe. We're gonna see it on a T-shirt now, and I'm gonna be like, "Yo, I swear,
I said that.
I swear."
See, all right. So I'm gonna stick with my picks. Okay. People are gonna be like, man, we noticed this was Robbie often. Like what he wants, but what he's predicting are two different things.
So so are you gonna attempt a reverse jinx right here?
Well, so I have the Packers beating the Bucks. Like that, I fully wholeheartedly believe that one. The one where I'm like,
youngsters.
Yeah, kind of like last night where I was like, hey, I think Conor McGregor's going to win, but I want Poirier to win, and Dustin end up dusting his ass in the second round.
So you want the Bills to win, but you think the Chiefs are?
Yeah, I want the Bills to win, but the Chiefs are my pick, so I'm rocking with Packers Chiefs. Buffalo, you guys deserve it. Win or lose, be happy that you have gotten to this point. Do not be disappointed. Do not be distraught. But shit, would it be so?
People are going through tables regardless. They win or lose.
Don't go up 24-0 and then blow it.
Bro, I am just ready for a compilation of New Yorkers throwing themselves through fucking dining room tables, bro. Like, because there's gonna be people.
It's gonna be in a win or a loss. Like, we're gonna see the tables no matter what. Like, if they win, they're gonna celebrate by throwing people.
It's gonna be better because like men, women, and children are all getting thrown through tables in Buffalo. Like everyone's just like just letting it happen, bro. It's gonna be great.
Dogs, cats.
Yup, get the tables, Bills Mafia. Get the tables. The shit. So those are our Super Bowl predictions. We gave you guys our MKF predictions for today. Let's see. We do have play-by-play for the two games this afternoon coming up for you guys here shortly, in about the next 10 minutes. So be sure to head on over, get ready get into the lobby for those two streams. Super excited. We begin first with the NFC championship game, and then we close out the night with the AFC championship game.
Yeah.
Our Super Bowl pregame party is getting planned and getting underway. A couple of you guys out there have already received, DMs. The people, I'm trying to make sure, I really book early. How do I break this one down? We're going to have live musical performances, guys. We're going to have freaking giveaways. We're going to have fucking analysis and predictions, monkey knife fight predictions. Giving you guys over and unders, multiple industry analysts and guests pulling up here to the set, pulling up here in the studio, giving y'all, all the isms, all the fire isms, representing their podcasts and such, so on and so forth. So literally the biggest. You had the Pepsi pregame party, and then there's the Rumboyz pregame party, and ours is just so much better and so much more authentic and real and genuine. So. Yo, make sure you guys get ready for that. Fellas, let them know where they can find you. Miles, go ahead and start first.
Find me on Rumboyz.com, obviously putting up all the latest content for all our awesome writers. Do have some stuff coming up, including NHL hockey stuff that we cover with like I said, some of our fantastic dudes are up in the chat. So go ahead, check that out. And obviously you can find me on Rumboyz, sometimes on NFL AM, most of the time on Rumboyz After Dark on every Friday night. And then of course, check out the show About Nothing on Wednesdays with us as well. So, and on Twitter, FF_Peacock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bogart.
Hey, you can find me at the GMM Network on IG and Twitter. You can subscribe to the GMM Network on YouTube. And you can find me right here aboard the pirate ship sailing on the Fantasy Seven Seas on the Rumboyz Fantasy Network.
Justin said, I'm going through a table if the Bills win. Eric's like, screenshot it for future reference, Justin.
Light it on fire.
Nice.
Light it on fire first. It doesn't count. If you don't like your table on fire first, it doesn't count.
And
you got to
crack the table.
Yeah,
That's the best way.
Pour liquor on it, light that bitch on fire, and then throw yourself through
Some
it, bro.
151 rum.
Ah, shit.
Fire extinguisher.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been Rumboyz NFL AM. We greatly appreciate all you guys chilling, pulling up. It's been a wonderful, amazing show. We love and appreciate you guys. As always, you know what? I got to do this right, like, because next Sunday you guys see us, it'll be a Sunday. It'll be a Super Bowl Sunday pregame show. We won't have NFL AM. So this is like our sign off, pretty much
For the season.
for the year. Yeah, for the season. We will see you guys next season. Damn, it's been an amazing one. I don't know. I'm actually kind of sad. I'm like trying to not fucking get emotional right now.
Hey, man, just cry, man. It's all good, man. Real man cry. Just cry, man. Let it out.
You could please.
Give me money.
Yo, hey. But cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What to do. We'll catch you guys next season, 2021, 2022. Dilly Dilly. Oh, y'all. Play my outro.
NFL, give me money.
Call me
Top of the morning.
She drive me crazy. Her name is Mercedes.
representing
I'm complicated. My mind is so faded. My brain is gone.
So look, I got Julio.
I'm
What's
on
up,
the
guys?
road.
I'm happy to be
Paid
here.
for show. Time.
We gonna give me money.
We
gonna give me money.
I love it. Home. Linebacker. I sack you niggas. JJ Watt. Tackle you niggas. Patrick